Whipta if I told my guests that it was awful having them stay over? Hey everyone, 24F, really need some outside perspective here because I'm at my wit's end and I don't know if I'd be the jerk for saying something. So, for context, my fiancé, 25M, and I live in Germany, and we recently had guests from the US, let's call them Tim, 27M, and Tara, 24F, stay with us for 10 days. I feel like we bent over backwards to be good hosts, but the whole experience left me feeling used, unappreciated, and honestly kind of frustrated. I'm dying to tell them it was awful having them over, but I don't know if that's fair or if I'm missing something. Here's the full story. Sorry, it's gonna be long, but I need to get this off my chest. So, I met Tim online back in 2020 during the pandemic. You know how it was, everyone was stuck inside, bored, and reaching out to random people on the internet. We bonded over Zoom calls, texting about the chaos of the world, our different lives growing up, all that stuff. I'm from a smallish town in Germany, and he's from the US, so we had a lot to compare, school systems, food, politics, you name it. He'd been to Germany once before and always said he wanted to come back, so we kept in touch. Fast forward 5 years, I'm now engaged to my amazing fiancé, and Tim's been with his girlfriend Tara for 3 years. We still talked pretty regularly, maybe a few texts a week, a call every couple months. When my fiancé and I moved into a bigger apartment a few months ago, we thought, hey, why not invite Tim and Tara to visit? They were super excited, and we were too. I mean, hosting friends from across the world sounded like a blast, right? We helped them book their flights, spent hours comparing prices, finding the best connections from the US to our nearest airport, which is about an hour away. We also worked out a whole itinerary for their 10-day stay. We're talking day trips around Germany, local sites, even a weekend in Paris because Tim said he'd never been and it's only a few hours by train. I spent weeks researching train schedules, affordable hotels, and fun stuff to do, museums, cafes, the works. We also got our apartment ready, cleaned every inch, stocked the fridge, even bought extra pillows and blankets. They told us early on they wanted separate beds, which was a headache because our new place has a guest room with a queen bed, but we figured it out. We dragged an old twin mattress from my parents' place into the living room, bought new sheets, and made it as comfy as we could. I even put out little welcome baskets with towels, snacks, and some German chocolates I thought they'd like. I was so excited to show them our life here and make it a trip to remember. Before they arrived, I'd never met Tara in person or even talked to her. I tried to set up a call a few weeks before to get to know her, break the ice, make sure she felt welcome. She missed the first call, no explanation, just a sorry, got busy text. We finally got on a call a week before they flew out, and it was fine. She was quiet, didn't say much, but I figured she was shy or maybe nervous about traveling. I asked about food preferences, allergies, stuff they'd like to do, got almost nothing back. Whatever's fine, she said. Okay, I thought, we'll figure it out when they get here. They landed on a Thursday at 6 a.m. We dragged ourselves out of bed at 4:30, drove an hour to the airport, and picked them up. They looked exhausted, long flight, time zone change, I get it. We got back to the apartment, showed them around, pointed out their beds, the baskets, the bathroom, everything ready to go. Not a single thank you. Not even a wow, this is nice or a smile. I brushed it off, jet lag, right? They unpacked, and we asked if they wanted to rest or come grocery shopping with us. They wanted to come, so off we went. We asked what they liked. Tim wanted American snacks, Tara asked for some specific yogurt, so we hunted around, spent extra to get what they wanted. Then, 10 minutes after we left the apartment, Tim starts complaining about needing to pee and how awful it is that Germany doesn't have public bathrooms everywhere like the US. I'm like, dude, I can't control that. We found a cafe, let him use the restroom, but the vibe was already awkward. Conversation was slow. My fiancé tried asking about their flight, their jobs, anything, but it was like pulling teeth. One-word answers, no questions back. I kept telling myself, they're tired, give them time. Friday morning, we left for Paris. I'd planned the whole thing. Booked the train, found a decent hotel, mapped out a walking route to hit the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, some cute streets for photos. I asked for their input weeks before, and they gave me nothing, so I did my best. The trip was okay. They barely talked. We'd point out cool stuff, hey, look at Notre Dame. And get a shrug or a huh, cool. No excitement, no opinions, nothing. I started feeling like a tour guide they didn't even hire. We ate at a nice bistro, and I asked if they liked it. Tim just said, "It's fine," and Tara nodded. "No, thanks for planning this or anything." We got back Sunday night, and still, not a word of appreciation. I was starting to get frustrated, but I kept my cool. Maybe they're just not expressive people? Monday, we gave them space to do their own thing. We had work, so they explored the city solo. We planned to meet for dinner at 7 p.m., nothing fancy, just a local spot we love. They showed up at 7:45, no text, no call, no, sorry we're late. Just walked in, sat down, and acted like nothing happened. My fiancé and I exchanged looks, but we didn't say anything, didn't want to make it weird. I asked how their day was, and Tim said, "Good," and that was it. Tara barely looked up from her phone. I was starting to feel like we were inconveniencing them by hosting, which is wild, right? Tuesday, we drove them an hour to my parents' place. My amazing parents loaned them a car, free of charge, for a couple days so they could explore nearby towns on their own. We handed over the keys, showed them how to use the GPS, and they drove off. We got one text a day from Tim, usually just "we're good" or "saw a castle." No updates, no "how are you guys," nothing. I started overthinking. Did we do something wrong? Were they bored? I texted Tim, "Hey, everything okay? Hope you're enjoying the car and the sights." He replied, "Yeah, it's fine." That's it. I felt like I was begging for any kind of feedback. Saturday was our engagement party. We'd been planning it for months, family, friends, food, music, the whole deal. We invited Tim and Tara, thinking they'd be part of the celebration. They showed up, ate, drank, hung out, but didn't say a word about the engagement. No congrats, no card, no gift, not even a handshake or a smile. I know gifts aren't mandatory, but we'd just hosted them for a week, driven them around, planned a Paris trip, and my parents lent them a car. I wasn't expecting a diamond ring, but a "hey, happy for you guys" would have been nice. My mom even asked me later, "Are they okay? They didn't seem excited for you." I just shrugged, but inside I was steaming. Sunday night, they got back from their car trip. We asked if they had fun. Got a "yeah, it was cool." Then they asked if we'd drive them to the airport Tuesday morning. It's another hour drive, and we both had work. I was exhausted from the party, the hosting, all of it. I asked, "Would it be okay if you took a bus instead? It's pretty straightforward." They said, "Sure," but guess who had to book it? Me. I found the schedule, paid for the tickets, sent them the details. Tuesday morning, we drove them to the bus stop, said goodbye, and nothing. No, thanks for everything, no, we had a great time, no, sorry if we were off. They just got on the bus and left. Here's the thing that really gets me, the budget. Tim told me months ago they were on a strict budget, so we kept costs low, cheap train tickets, affordable meals, no crazy activities. We even covered some stuff ourselves, like the welcome baskets and extra groceries. But then they're buying souvenirs like model guns and fancy trinkets for hundreds of euros. I saw the bags, heard them talk about dropping 200 euros on one thing, and I'm like, what? You're on a strict budget but can splurge on that? I feel so used, like we were just a free hotel, a taxi service, and a tour guide. I'm normally big on open communication. Every step of the way, I asked for their thoughts. Do you like this plan? How's the food? Are you comfortable? And got nothing. No thanks, no criticism, no input. I've hosted friends before, family, too, and people usually love it. They rave about our place, our plans, how we make them feel at home. This was a total 180. My fiancé thinks we should just let it go, but I'm hurt. I put so much effort into this, time, money, energy, and it feels like they didn't care. I keep wondering if it's a cultural thing. I know Americans and Germans can be different, maybe they're just less vocal about gratitude? But even then, not a single thank you in 10 days? No congrats on our engagement? It stings. So, would if I told them it was awful having them stay? I'm tempted to send a text like, hey, just being honest, it was really tough hosting you guys. We felt unappreciated and used, and I wish you'd said something about what you liked or didn't. I don't want to be rude, but I'm tired of swallowing this. Is there something I'm not seeing? Maybe they were stressed or jet-lagged the whole time? I don't know. Aita for feeling this way? Wibta if I said something? Help me out, Reddit, give it to me straight.